Hey Periscope family, how are you doing today? It is Tuesday afternoon, about 6 o'clock here on the East Coast. Welcome, Jose 795. Thanks for joining. My name is Lisa Foster. I live a little bit north of Hotlanta. Unfortunately, it is not hot today. It's I think we got up to like 45. And when I took my son to school this morning, it was like 21. So a little bit chilly. Hey, welcome, Corinne from Hawaii. By the way, my son wants to go to Hawaii, and when we're ready to go, I am going to look you up, girl, because I've seen your pictures, and they look fabulous. We're excited about going to Hawaii. Hopefully not this year. It'll be a big trip for next year. We're hoping to go to Israel this year as our big family trip. But hey, guys, I just wanted to hop on real quick and talk about goal setting. I was on a webinar last night, and I learned a couple of more clarifications. They're not really new. I kind of did a scope a couple of days ago on goal setting, where you discover your values, you create a goal around the value, and then you create aloha. You create a daily habit to connect the value with the goal. Mm-hmm. And so this scope kind of just goes along with that. Welcome. Hey guys, if as you're joining, if you will tell me where you're joining from. I know Corinne is in Hawaii, and I am in Atlanta, Georgia. But again, guys, as you're joining, if you will tell me your name and where you're joining me from, that'd be awesome. Also, we love hearts here. That's how I know that we're giving you some value. All you got to do is double tap on the screen and it'll flow the hearts. And they are free to give if you're new to Periscope. The broadcaster that you're enjoying what they're talking about. So guys, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. Love the green, by the way. That's the money heart right there. Hey, Pennsylvania. Jose, nice for you to join us. I'm guessing it's pretty chilly up there in Pennsylvania, way colder than what I've got going on. But for me, 21 and 45 as a high is pretty cold. Oh, now I've got orange hearts. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. So again, real quick, I don't want to keep a lot of time. Some people might be trying to get ready for dinner. One of the clarifications that the mentor that I'm listening to, his name is Ray Higdon. If you don't follow him, I highly recommend it. He periscopes every day and has tremendous value. About 9. Yes, 9 is way too cold for me. So the two things that he kind of mentioned was, and it goes along with the whole daily habits, but it's kind of, number one, it's setting realistic goals. And when I say realistic, I don't mean, let's say if you're in network marketing and last year you did 0 revenue and this year you're like $100,000 in revenue. Well, while that is a huge goal, that's probably not a realistic goal if you were 0 last year. So one of the things he said was, whatever that goal is that you want to do, and again, goes along with the daily habits, break it down. How many people do you need on your team to reach $100,000 in revenue? And so if it takes, 120 people to get to $100,000, then break that down by month. So every month you would need to recruit 10 people. Now, if you have never recruited anyone before, recruiting 10 people in 1 month might be a little bit more than you can handle. And what happens is, hey, welcome, Cynthia. Glad you could join. I think my son wants to say hey. Hey.
Hey.
So she says hello. All right. So as I mentioned, by the way, his name is Ethan. He's 6 years old and he loves to be on video. So when he gets a little bit older, I would look for him for scopes. Again, you want to look for realistic goals, meaning if you've never recruited anybody before, it's highly unlikely you're going to recruit 10 in 1 month based on your past experience. Now, you could go, you know what, I've got this, so if you have to recruit 10 people in a month, you got to backtrack that by week, right? So 10 divided by 4 is a little over 2 per week. So you need to know, what is your baseline for recruiting? Does it take you showing the presentation to 50 people to get 2? And one of the things that he told me is that a novice network marketer probably recruits about 5% of the people that they show the presentation to. A good network marketer, about 10%. And the top network marketer, thank you for the hearts, guys. We really appreciate that, is 30%. So if you know your baseline is 5% or 10%, and you've got to get 2 people, well, then you can backtrack that and figure out how many people that you need to talk to in 1 week to get your 2. And so, guys, if you recruited 2 people or talked to 2 people all of last year, it might be a little bit out of your range to talk to 50 people in 1 week.
Happy New
And the thing
Year.
is, if you set that as your goal and you don't hit it, most people, myself included, I've done this a million times. I've set a huge goal and I don't hit it, and I am just deflated. And it rolls over to the next week and I'm still deflated and I don't do anything, and it rolls and it rolls and it rolls. Well, one of the things he said, and I thought this was key, he said, if you don't meet your goals that you set for yourself, you're not keeping your word to yourself. And I thought that, I'd never heard that before, and I thought that was just pivotal for me because I've been known to set these lofty goals, and I'm very competitive. And so when I don't hit them, I get very deflated, and it takes me a day or two, to jump back. I'm still working on my mindset so that failures don't knock me out of the game. But again, if you're trying to do better this year, set a realistic goal. Maybe it's to talk to 10 people all week. Now, you may not recruit 2, but as long as you set your goal for 10 and you talk to 10, that's only a couple of people a day if you're only working 5 days a week. That's probably very doable for you. And again, if you hit that and you think about it in terms of, I just have this goal for this 1 week. Don't think about it in terms of, oh my gosh, I've got to talk to 1,000 people in a year. 10 people in a week. Hit that goal, have a party. Celebrating your victories is going to be key to continuing down your journey. That's one of the things that I haven't done in the past. It's something I learned last year, that even the smallest victory needs to be celebrated. And if it's you that had the victory, celebrate it for yourself. Take yourself out to dinner or whatever it is you might like to do to celebrate that victory. For my son, when he comes home with good grades, he wants to go get a gift. He doesn't want to go to dinner, so we go get him a gift. It's the reward system. We all love recognition, and recognizing ourselves only boosts your inner self-esteem. So that was the first tip that he gave us, and that is backtrack your goals, kind of like the daily habits thing, but set them so that you can actually attain them, and you can keep your word to yourself, because your goal is like your word to yourself. And I thought that was pivotal for me. So I'll be setting realistic goals that just push me a little bit, and then when I hit those goals, I'll certainly be celebrating them. The second thing he said to crushing 2016 was you have to acquire a major skill. And I was unsure what that meant, so he actually gave some examples of what major skills are. So for him, back in 2009, he kind of actually went through 2009, 10, all the way to last year on the major skills that he learned that catapulted his business either from a revenue perspective or from a profits perspective. And so some of the things that he said were major accomplishments for them is learning how to do webinars, learning how to do videos. I believe learning how to blog, which is that's my goal for 2016, is to really learn how to blog well. I feel as though that will catapult my business to the next level. One of his things was learning how to do high priced coaching. Those were all major learning skills that he had developed over the past several years that had doubled his business. So he did say recruiting and prospecting are not considered major skills. They are key skills if you're in network marketing. And actually, in my opinion, prospecting or learning how to talk to people, how to build relationships with people, networking, that is key in any business. And actually, just from a personal perspective, networking is key. You never know when you might meet someone who you can connect to someone else who may need the service or the product that they provide. And that kind of ability to connect people will always, always pay off major residuals and dividends in your life. Maybe not today, but I've had it happen over and over again where down the road, because I was able to connect two people, somehow it turned out and I was able to make some money down the road. So guys, I hope you got some value out of that. Again, the two skills were, number one, set your goals so that they are attainable for you and evaluate your past activities, right? Because your past activities, for most of us, is going to dictate what we do in the future. Obviously, we can change, but it's typically a slower process. But you want to get attainable goals, hit the goal on a weekly basis or a daily basis, celebrate your victory. And then the second thing was major skill. You need to learn a major skill. So I don't know what that might be for you, but if you're in network marketing, maybe it's learning how to do group presentations. Maybe it's getting up in front of the stage and doing some presentations in front of the stage. Things of that nature. Those are made where you're talking to a large group of people that can, explode your business. So guys, I hope you got some great value from this. If you did, double tap. You can give lots of hearts. We love them. And we will see you hopefully tomorrow. I'm not sure. I do have church, so it's a little bit difficult on Wednesdays to scope, but we will be back soon with some more tips and knowledge that I'm actually learning from all kinds of people. Have a great day and be blessed. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Much appreciated.